Okay.
Carnival has new rules.
Oh my God.
Have you seen this online?
Nah.
Carnival Cruise Line has created a new cachet of rules that people got to follow, and people are feeling a little bit of attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Like the folks out there that like the new fan song, the where them fans at? Where them fans at?
That sucks.
Yeah, well, guess what?
They've banned
the fans on the Carnival Cruise Lines. They've also banned, there's a long list, but they've banned Wi-Fi speakers. They've banned hip hop. Yeah, no more hip hop because it's just, because it is what it is.
The cusses.
Not even just the cusses. I don't think they playing cuss words.
Have you seen the videos or pictures of people on top by the pool at the top deck, people dancing, having fun, listening to the DJ?
It's usually on the debarkation, like when they send off, when they're doing the send off, send off party, and then throughout the week they just like listen. Hip hop brings a different vibe with people bent over and doing all of the stuff because you got
that's what I want to see.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. But there are like 6,000 people on this boat, and there's a lot of older people. There's traveling families, and so they feel like it's not appropriate. There's a long list though. Okay, so hip hop, wobble, the wobble, baby, wobble, no more.
No,
what?
They had to ban it
people
because
get too wild.
Okay, so apparently, this is what somebody told me. There are two wobble dances.
Okay.
There's a country line dance that's a wobble.
Yes, there is.
Then there's the regular wobble. Mm-hmm. And when they play the song, the people out there are trying to do the dances and bumping into each other, and it's caused fights.
Yes.
Because they're like, you don't know how to do it. I don't do the black one. I do this one. And blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they've had issues. So now no wobble.
How are you going to get rid of the wobble?
Yeah, well, real easy, apparently.
Fights.
All right. They have a restriction on curfew for minors.
Yep.
If you are under the age of 21, you have to be accompanied by somebody on the boat. And your curfew is 1 a.m.
I like that rule. Yeah,
that makes sense.
They got a lot of different stuff. Very stricter marijuana policy.
Very.
They have a zero tolerance, but I don't know how you go deeper than zero, but they are going to...
They're going through your
luggage.
They're
going through all of your stuff.
Every single thing, especially liquid. They are opening up every single thing, even lotions, all that stuff.
Everything that you had that you have been told. We used to cruise every year with me and my buddies, and I knew every trick. And they've figured out all them tricks. Yeah. So like that case of water that you bring on the boat,
and
you know what they do with the right. Yeah. So I'm not gonna even say it out loud because I don't want to tell anybody about it.
I don't want to mess it up.
But the case of water thing, it's gone.
Right.
They're aware of that. Mm-hmm. Okay. The ones with the false bottoms that got your flour.
Yeah.
They're very aware of that too.
The fake sunscreen.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So anything that got something, they unscrewing the bottoms and the tops.
And they're smelling it, looking at it.
They're not ruining.
Well, there is a reason that some of the changes are being made. I don't necessarily agree with all of them, but the speaker one, did you hear about that, Orlando? A lot of people, when they go on these cruises, they'll bring their own like little Wi-Fi, Bluetooth speakers.
Yeah, I do that on every
and they
trip.
play the dirty versions.
Not only that, but everybody has their own music at the pool or on their deck, especially if they have a balcony.
So, yeah, you can't do that.
And so... yeah, well, everybody's playing like 100 different songs as you're like walking by. Now that's banned as well.
You know what? I'm low. I'm a fan of hip hop. You guys know me well, but I'm not against not having hip hop on the boat. Just because it's gotten to a point now where it's divisive. It's not how we call it picnic music, like when we were mixing over the holiday and I was like, yo, this is a good thing for 90s and 2000s because if you got a cookout, grandma might not know, Zeddy Will, but grandma knows, that little Kanye record with Carrie Hilson. She can sing that, knock me down. You know what I'm saying? That's some older stuff.
Yeah.
So you got something that's more in the middle of the generations than going all young, and you letting somebody on the boat decide the sounds with their phone that ain't got edited versions in it, and you just got the clashing of all that noise.
That is true.
That's a problem.
Everybody wants to be their own DJ, and you're all together on the same
ship.
And
it's a big problem. And on top of that, when we did the kickoff party on the last cruise we were on, and there was a bunch of just shaking and clapping and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, like I'm watching kids play around the pool and watching these women grinding and doing all that. And it's like, yo, like, you know, you do want the island. You want the steel drum sound. You want the more family-oriented cruise type of stuff.
Family-friendly.
And not splack pack. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of get that.
So I get it in common areas, but I like to listen to music while I'm getting ready, taking the shower and all that stuff. So you should still be allowed to bring a speaker.
Yeah, but you got like cabins next to you and all that other stuff, and then you ain't relegating the sound right.
You put it on your balcony. It's the same thing.
Because you're on vacation, and they're like, yeah, we on vacation too. That don't mean we got to turn up next to you.
You can put it on your phone if you want it in your room, but they're just saying they will confiscate it, and then they'll give you like a little valet ticket so you can get it on when you get off the ship.
Yeah, just put it on your phone. Listen to it in your phone or with your AirPods. You good. You can vibe out in your room, dance naked, do whatever you want to do. Risk your business it up. But the person next to you don't want to hear it in your thumper of a boombox.
I kind of agree with that. You spend that much money for a balcony room, especially. I don't need to hear whatever song.
Out of the 615, they said, I just went on a cruise and took a bunch of edibles with me, much easier.
Okay, well, that's a little life hack for you.
He meant like edibles, like
fruit,
cookies,
like brownies,
fruit. Yes.
So, did you hear about the other thing that they're changing, which is their all-you-can-drink package? So what I read is that it's not going to be all you can drink anymore. There's going to be a cap at 15 drinks per day, which, by the way, sounds like a lot, but it's not all you can drink.
15 drinks.
That sounds like
15 drinks in a day?
Dog, if you on vacation, you ain't counting. Like you just drinking.
You got to start.
If it's a beer, if you're drinking beers all day, that's one thing.
We low-key count, too. I mean, you know, when you go to somewhere, I don't know if you do it, but I know all my friends keep the cups.
Yeah.
Because the cup, that tells you how many drinks you had.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you're somebody like me that just likes to take shots? Like 15 shots throughout the day, especially if you're trying to like be like hospitable and buy somebody else a shot. 15 shots is quick.
But that's on the drink package. So, I mean, there's just, you know, the rest of them you got to buy yourself.
Yes, they will charge you ahead of time. I don't...
So why am I paying for this package?
Right. So don't pay for the package.
They're cutting you off. Just know that ahead of time. You can buy stuff to your room, but for the drink package where you get it with the bartender, you're cut off at 15.
This says sales are gonna plummet.
For real.
Jube just says sales are gonna plummet. These corporations love to alienate themselves.
Dude, I go on vacation to be free, not have more rules.
So you're also not allowed to bring any magnetic stickers that are
for your door.
Well, hold on. Specifically of pineapples, you are not allowed to bring those.
Oh, now wait.
Those are being banned.
You know what that's
because you turn them upside down,
and you let them know that nasty work going on behind that door.
That means you and
that means we are down to go down
for swinging
for some partying.
That is like an identifier.
So I got a Wi-Fi speaker in here. Come on in.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you need the Wi-Fi speaker.
That's also become such a huge problem. You're walking down the hallway, and then there's a party going on in the room, and you see all the different upside down pineapples on the door, and they're trying to invite you in. So you're not allowed to bring those or put them on your door anymore.
And if you were to hear all that stuff happening, now that you don't have a speaker, you got nothing masking what's going on in the room.
478 says, this sounds like normal rules at Royal Caribbean, and it's still fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you'll have a good time.
This also says, it says it's because people are sharing the drink package too. So you got to realize that if you're sharing that, then you're cutting into their profits.
Okay. Out of the 615, also on my cruise, I was with a big group of people on the first day. One of my people ran out of their 15 drinks, and they would not allow them to have any more, even if they purchased separately. So you can't buy it to your room.
They cut people off.
Well,
because they don't want you to be drunk.
Right. I totally.
You know what it is though.
Because
somebody pointed it out and said that when you go on a cruise, you need to let the cruise give you the experience. People, when they get on the boat, they want to bring their home experience to the boat.
They want to be the party.
And it's like you can't do. If you were going to do that, you could just go, take a plane somewhere with sand and run your own thing. But let us give you the experience that we give you without.
Right. That's why they have a cruise
without
director.
Your boom box, without all of the stuff that you're bringing. Like, you're like, oh, I'm going to make it lit. It's like, really? No, we got the lit part. Let us show you Be our guest. Be our guest. You know what I mean?
But what about the pineapple thing? Like this person at 352 just said, it says, wow, what's wrong with us swingers? Swingers never fight. We literally share love.
I think it's just because it's
Sticky,
become
nasty love.
a distraction. There's been several videos, if you go on TikTok, of situations that have happened. So anyway, and sharing. Okay, so there's been a lot of sharing of partners, and then their partner that they were on the boat didn't know that they were in the room with somebody else. So and huge fights have broken out because of that. So
you can't be mad at the as many videos like you mentioned with the pineapple story, because I remember I had a Hawaiian shirt on that had pineapples on it. and that was when we was on Disney's cruise. I was like, ain't nobody doing nothing nasty on that Disney cruise, because it's Disney.
Yeah.
And so but I was told when me and Davi was in the line to get breakfast, and the lady was like, oh, watch out with that shirt. And I was like, what? And it was like a lot of things on the shirt.
Yeah.
But it was pineapples on it. She's like, because you're wearing that shirt, you're going to get, tapped on the shoulder.
Oh, interesting.
And I didn't. So I guess I ain't looked the part.
Nobody wanted to invite me.
Ain't nobody want to invite me in. All right. Y'all ain't going to invite me to your little Panther party? What's going on? I got pineapples.
I have pineapples. That could be fun.
But if you have people out here shooting all these videos we see on social media explaining the whole deal, the secret's out. Yeah. So now y'all got to come out with something else and just be stealth. Now it's got to be like, okay, do not enter signs or whatever it is you change it to, slap those on the door, and then your community now the jig is up.
Yeah.
They don't want you to be they don't want to be known as the swinger cruise line.
You can be mad at the cruise line for something like this, but really they have to do certain and have different regulations now and rules because of the way certain people were acting on the boat repeatedly. So, what are you supposed to do?
Somebody said you can write pineapple on a piece of paper and put it on your door.
Dude, they're just going to switch it up. They're going to put a sock on the door now, and they're just going to be like,
funny.
This is the way to enter.
941 says, if we being honest, I've done Carnival and Royal Caribbean, and I'll never do Carnival again. It's like Spirit of the Cruise Lines. Wow.
That's
listen,
their opinion.
I think everybody's just mad that they're taking things away. And I understand it. But that fan action has made a lot of people mad because they like to do their lion dance action.
See, I personally like just flying to destinations and being there instead of being on the cruise the whole time.
Freedom.
The whole selling point was being able to drink and have fun and not worry about stuff. And now they just kind of took that away from me.
Yeah, but people taking it too far. You can blame them all you want, but there's a responsibility when you're on the cruise ship to not act like an ass.
You know what? When you go, this perfect example. We've talked about Panama City and Daytona, and like when you go to spring break.
Yeah.
And you go to spring break and you go to have fun, and you got 10 of your friends, and then all of a sudden 3 of your friends get really, really drunk and start acting out crazy.
Yeah.
Now you got to either babysit them or go bail them out or take them to the hospital or whatever else.
You don't got to do that.
Well, it's a buzzkill when you got to start supervising.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so the cruise is like, we can't have everybody who acting out got something in common. They either high, drunk, or they doing the wobble. You know what I'm saying? So they like, all right, let's eliminate these things that's making people fight. All right. So I kind of understand it. This is the funniest thing. I just have to share this, and it's so random. But my sister, who is like the cheerleader for anything,
right?
To just, if I said, I guess I didn't fit with the pineapples, so they didn't invite me.
Right, what'd she say?
She just wrote me, "You look the part, baby."
I love her so much.
So basically,
she's so supportive.
She's like, you gonna get into one of them
parties,
them nasty parties one day, baby. You just keep praying and let God guide you.
It's funny because you started the conversation, you're like, "Oh, swing is nasty," and now you're like, "Nobody invited me."
No, I know what I'm saying is I wasn't wearing it to get invited, but when the lady tapped me, I realized, hey,
nobody.
I got on pineapple. Ain't nobody told me. And I remember I turned around, Dolly was like, "But these eggs hidden, ain't they?" I'm like, "Hey, man." Whatever. All right. Anyway, so those are the new rules. You can break it down because we're going to put it up at wild941.com. But I will tell you that I think we hit them all. Oh, there's a pool chair rule also.
Oh, that's a big one.
Pool chair rule. You can't save, like when you go down there early and throw your towels down.
Yeah.
If they come by, it's kind of like that thing that they do on the bridge when you have a car that's been sitting there and the cop sees it and put that pink thing on it. They put a thing on your chair.
Okay.
And if that chair is not occupied within 40 minutes, they remove all of your stuff, take it to the side, and it's available.
Good, because that's a problem.
Yes,
yeah. No, that's a huge problem. People will wake up early just to put their towels there.
I know.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
People do that at resorts too.
See, now that's a good thing. See, so they're making some developments out there. So
Yeah, one good thing.
Well, that's fine.
That's one.
Yeah, you got a chair. You won't need the chair because you're only gonna have 15 drinks, but still.
Orlando and the Freak Show.
If you loved that video, then you're going to want to check out more. Make sure you hit subscribe right below.